Whoever you are, we love you.
Okay.
And it had to be somebody, so.
Cool. Oh, Nita, oh, do I go? Is that like on? It's like,
yeah.
Oh, okay. So anyhow, I grew up in Temecula, and right now I live in Marietta, but yeah, I went to Temecula Valley High School and all that, and I have to say, one thing I learned about Temecula is that it's pretty boring. So that would explain why your Muslim community is actually pretty boring. I've met these people, and like, well, I haven't really met them. I mean, I've checked out their mosque and stuff, you know, I went to their Jummah, and I did all that stuff. And I keep wondering, why do these people make news? Like, seriously, I was at Jummah on Friday, and you know what they were talking about? They were talking about WikiLeaks. They're not even talking about wife beating or like Hamas or terrorism. They were talking about WikiLeaks. And you know what their speech was? It was like something like, okay, everybody, there's going to be an even bigger WikiLeaks here. It's coming up, and it's called the Day of Judgment. So you better watch yourselves, because Allah, you know, He records everything that you do. So there's going to be an even bigger WikiLeaks. I mean, really, this is what they talk about. It's not like terrorism or anything. These people are like totally boring. Like, well, no, that actually was a really cool one. That was like their best sermon I've heard yet. But like, I'm just saying, like, why do they make news? I don't get it. Like, anyhow,
You've been drinking coffee?
Yeah, okay, anyhow.
Whatever she's been drinking, I want some, okay?
No, I just get nervous, you know? Like, I'm just saying, I don't get it. Like, I've seen crazy Muslim people before. Why don't we focus on crazy people? They're not even crazy. But like, okay. Also, people are freaked out about Fajr, I noticed, and that's like the thing I love to crash. It's the morning prayer, and they do that like really super early in the morning. They do it like 6 a.m. or whatever, and I don't get it. Why are people saying there's like a big traffic issue? Because I swear, I love going to Fajr because like the roads are like totally clear. I go from Marietta Hot Springs Road down Margarita Road, like past Chaparral, and there's like no one there. So I'm like, well, what's the big traffic issue? Like, seriously, there's like no one in the area. So like, why are people freaked out that that like one prayer is gonna like create this huge giant traffic issue? Yeah, anyhow, I was also gonna bring up like the call to prayer thing. Like, I know they've been over it and everything, but yeah, I was just gonna say like, well, I mean, I don't think it makes sense, because I was listening to this comedian, his name is Ahmed. He's like Egyptian or something, he's like Egyptian American, and yeah, I talk really fast, I know, but anyhow, Ahmed was saying that like, he was talking about like Bahrain or something, like if you're a Muslim and you walk through like some Muslim countries, like all of a sudden, like you'll hear the adhan, like the call to prayer for Isha, and like, it's like, Allahu Akbar, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, 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 and you look over and it's like a nightclub and it's drowning out the call to prayer. And like, if you're Muslim, you have to like decide, do I go clubbing or do I go pray? And see, and like what I'm saying is, it's like the reason to blast the call to prayer is because they're assuming Muslim people are like walking around and they have to like decide. They don't really need to do that, because there's not like Muslim people walking around all over the place. It's not like 99% Muslim. Like, they know what time it is to pray. Like, you can go on a website and look up the time to pray, and then you can like just like set an alarm clock, and then you'll know like, okay, I have to go to the mosque now. Like, they don't have to like blast it or anything. So that kind of like makes sense. You know, like we have modern technology. Like, I was gonna like talk to you about like this story I was reading once about like the night prayer, like the not Isha, but the one that comes after that. It's like optional, and it comes before Fajr, and it was like in the 7th century. And there's like these two Muslim guys, and this one Muslim guy's like, okay, I really want to pray Salatul Layl. And so his friend was like, okay, I'll just watch the sky and like I'll wake you up when it's time. And he's like, oh, okay, so he goes to sleep, and you know, his friend is like, okay, just keep sleeping, and then he's like waking up, oh, is it time to pray yet? And he starts, no, I'm still watching the sky, and like he goes back to sleep again. Like, is it time? And his friend's like, no, it's not time yet. I'm looking at the sky, it's not time. Okay, go back to sleep, and then all of a sudden, you know, friend's looking at the sky, and he's like, okay, it's almost Fajr, wake up now. This is the best time to pray Salatul Layl. He's like, okay, we're gonna pray now. But see, we have modern technology now, so we don't need some guy to like blasting it down for everyone to know and to like stare at the sky all night. Like, we have the internet, and we have like alarm clocks and things like that, so you don't have to like blast the call to prayer. Like, we have modern technology, and the thing is, you can't blast things in the 7th century. You can't have megaphones or things like that blasting the call to prayer, because it didn't exist back then. So there's nothing in like the tradition of Islam that says that you have to have like megaphones and microphones and whatnot doing that. So yeah, I know.
You make me look calm.
Yeah, I know. It's because like I'm not a good like speaker. I get really nervous. I hope people understood this on like some level. But yeah, Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. There's no one at Fajr. Like, I don't think that's gonna be a big deal. Like, seriously. Also, you're working on the assumption that Muslims like always pray, and they like never do. Seriously, they don't pray all 5 prayers. Like, there's like 5 guys at Fajr. Like, I showed up there, and they're like all old. Like, seriously, they're not gonna make like a huge deal. They have like chairs because they have like arthritis. Like, they
Lonnie, I could listen to you all night, but unfortunately your time is up, and
Okay,
thank you very much. Okay, we have no other speakers, is that?
That's correct.
Okay.